Hi everyone. Today in session 0, I'm going to take you through a preview of each day, what the lesson section is going to look like, and what the digital reader and writer's notebook is going to look like, where you're going to record your independent practice, and where the teacher is going to display their mini lessons, or shouldn't say mini lessons, their models for you. And then I'm going to take you also through the reading log and where you will record your information. So, first off, we have our mini lesson. Every day will begin with one mini lesson video. The mini lesson will last approximately 5 to 10 minutes. And in the mini lesson, the teacher will model how to do the independent work for the day. So, let's say this was my mini lesson. I would click directly on this link, and look what it brought. So if that were actually the mini lesson, um, Dr. Lee would be explaining to you how to put on your mask and sanitize and keep your social distance. So that was just a fun example of, clicking on the mini lesson. Second, the anchor chart. What is the purpose of an anchor chart? They are a collection of all the mini lessons. They are a visual reminder of what you can practice during independent work time, and they will change throughout the unit. So they're always a good constant to refer back to help you through your independent work. Third is the teach at independent work time. After watching the mini lesson and reviewing the anchor chart, you're going to make a plan for your 20 minutes of independent work time. What kind of thinking work will I practice today? How will I set up my notebook page to convey my thinking work? And you're going to see that momentarily in our digital readers and writers notebook. You're going to look at the sample notebook pages that your teacher has modeled for you to help you complete your own work. On some days, our independent work is going to be reading, practicing the skills you learn from your mini lesson, and recording your book or story in your reading log. And so we have this, handy dandy timer here to help keep yourself on track. And so when the timer runs out, you're going to move on to share. And so fourth, the share. It could look different daily. Sometimes you might be asked to share a response from your independent practice. Sometimes you might be asked to share with the whole class. Sometimes you might be asked how well you understood the day's work. Sometimes you may be asked to complete an exit ticket. So it really is going to look different on certain dates. But let's return to our digital readers and writers notebook, which is where you're going to do your independent work and practice. So this is what it looks like. For this unit, investigating characterization, you'll have your name, you'll have your class, and then in order to figure out where things are located in the digital notebook, you have these colored tabs on the side that are labeled. So, my do nows. You will get a do now daily, and that is the first thing you will do when you are in your seats waiting for your teacher to arrive. You will record it on this document right here. And if you look at the document corresponds to each day's session. And it's pretty clear right here, session 2, day 1, session 2, day 2. There's the question or a little bit of information about the question, and then in the blue, what you actually have to answer. So continuing on, next we have our reading log. And that's highlighted in green there. So you will be responsible for reading 20 minutes a day. You'll complete an entry for each day of the week. So this includes the reading you do at home, the reading you do in the classroom, and you're going to write your entry in this weekly reading log. So if I click on the weekly reading log, this is what it looks like. It gives me, well, I put my name, the week, so Monday through Friday, those dates. There are fiction sentence starters you can answer, nonfiction sentence starters. So if we take a look at a Monday, you're going to fill out each box. You're going to drag this blue box to either fiction or nonfiction, depending on what you are reading. You are going to put your book title, your author, page you started, page you ended, and then question type, and then your reading response, so 2 to 3 sentences based on that particular question. And then you have them for the different days of the week. If you happen not to read that day, then you just won't do that particular day. So let's go back to the student notebook. Here we dive into Bend 1, a deep dive into perspective. We have our mentor text. So this is the text you would be responsible for that we're reading as a class, that if you're asked to mark anything up using Kami, this is where you would do it. This is where you would pull your text evidence from. So I can actually click that a little bit larger for you if you want. So the whole text is right here. How to transform an everyday ordinary hoop court into a place of higher learning, and you at the podium. So next we go into our actual pages for the sessions where you're going to record your information or your independent work. So session 0, so this is where you'll record your work today. Session 1, day 1, the teacher's modeling part. Session 2, day 2, etc. Now, there are certain key words we want you to know and remember to help you through this unit. So you would actually go ahead and find those in the glossary. So let's take a look. So if we were to go back to this lesson chart and we were to click on session 1, notice how it's got some keywords like perspective and main character. You will find those words down here in your glossary. So we learned about perspective and main character in session 1. So they are right under session 1, minor characters, session 2. So this is a really good place to refer back to if you need a reference for some of these words to help you through the unit.